Depending upon various factors like site of incidence, whether in hospital or out of hospital, training proficiency of rescuers, type of victim like adult or child or infant, access to the equipment and availability of other team members, one may be able to provide different level of support from tier 1, that is hands only CPR, to tier 3, that is multi-rescuer coordinated CPR. Tier 1 or hands only CPR is for an out of hospital setting where the rescuer is a layperson who has limited training in the BLS, may provide only chest compression till further help arrives or victim is taken to a healthcare facility.
Hey, are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
In Tier 2 or compression and breathing CPR, skilled rescuers may be able to provide chest compressions coordinated with rescue breaths in 30:2 ratio till they access further help in the form of AED. This scenario has better chances of successful resuscitation than hands-only CPR scenario. Tier 3 or multi-rescuer coordinated CPR has best outcome. In-hospital cardiac arrest or out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, if attended immediately by a team of skilled rescuers equipped with AED, then CPR can be provided in most coordinated manner. It will have higher chances of successful resuscitation. To deliver a coordinated Tier 3 CPR, the high performance rescue team follows a well-defined team approach so that multiple life-saving actions can be performed at the same time.
Excuse me, where is this Parikshit ward?
This side.
Oh, this one. I think this is it's right there. Okay.
I'm not feeling well.
What happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. Is there anyone help? Please help me.
What happened? Scene is safe. Child, are you listening to me? Child, she's not responding. Activate the rapid response team. Dr. Lokesh, here we have 8-year-old Rashmi who suddenly collapsed while visiting the pediatric ward. We have shifted her here.
Okay, thank you Manish for bringing her. Rashmi, she is not responding. She is not breathing. There is no pulse. Dr. Manish, please provide chest compressions.
Starting compression.
Ensure there is complete chest recoil and chest compression should be at least 5 cm. Dr. Kshitij, please open the airway and provide bag and mask ventilation with 100% oxygen.
Sure, Dr. Lokesh.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Airway secure. 1.
Dr.
and 2.
Amit, please attach her to cardiac monitor and prepare defibrillator.
I'm attaching ECG leads
11,
as well as
13, 14, 15.
Dr. Sawan, get an IV access and provide drugs as required.
Okay, sir. I've obtained the IV access and preparing the drug.
Dr. Srividya, please keep record of timeline and intervention. Also take the relevant history from mother about the preceding events.
Yes, Dr. Lokesh, I can do that.
Doctor, what happened to her?
Actually, Rashmi is not well. Our team is taking best care of her and there is no need to worry. If you want to see her, I can take you inside.
7,
All right.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
1 and 2.
1, 2.
Dr. Manish, you are doing great job. Please provide high quality chest compressions. Push hard and fast. The rate should be 100 to 120 per minute. Depth should be at least 5 cm. Allow complete chest recoil. Provide 2 breaths after 15 chest compressions. Please switch roles. She is in asystole. Please continue high quality chest compressions. Dr. Sawan, we need to give her adrenaline. Give 0.01 milligram per kg of 1:10,000 adrenaline followed by saline push.
I have given 0.1 ml per kg of 1:10,000 adrenaline, that is 3 ml for this child, intravenously followed by normal saline push.
Okay, great.
40, 50.
She is in ventricular fibrillation. Please prepare defibrillator with 0.5 joule per kg.
Dr. Lokesh, it is ventricular fibrillation. I think it should be 2 joules per kg.
Oh, thank you for correcting me. Yes, so please prepare the dose with 2 joule per kg. That is 60 joule for this child.
Preparing the defibrillator to deliver 2
5,
per kg.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
1 and 2. Defibrillator is ready. Clear off.
I am clear, you are clear, everybody is clear, oxygen clear. I am going to deliver the shock. Shock delivered.
Resume chest compression.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
She is still in ventricular fibrillation.
1 and
How come she is not responding? Are we forgetting something?
Have we taken care of the H's and the T's?
Oh yes, yes. Thank you, Dr. Kshitij, for reminding me for 5H and 5Ts. Dr. Saban, can you please just check her sugar level?
1,
His blood glucose is 50 milligram per deciliter.
Oh, she is in hypoglycemia. Can you please provide 2 ml per kg of 25% dextrose to her?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have given 60 ml of 25% dextrose.
Dr. Srividya, can you tell me what is the status of events
So we
now?
have completed the 8th
2,
cycle of
3,
CPR now.
4.
She has got organized rhythm. Please check the pulse. She has got pulse. She is breathing. She was an unresponsive child who had no pulse, had no breathing, and she required cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Initially, it was asystole, so we gave adrenaline, and afterwards she developed ventricular fibrillation. For that, she required shock. After shock, still she did not respond. So, we looked for H and T's, and after correction of glucose, her rhythm came back. So, now she has developed organized rhythm. Thank you very much for excellent teamwork. Thank you.
Effective team dynamics are essential to repeatedly ensure the delivery of high quality CPR and thus increase the chances of return of spontaneous circulation and survival to hospital discharge. To deliver a coordinated Tier 3 CPR, the high performance rescue team follows a well defined team approach so that the multiple life saving actions can be performed at the same time. A CPR team is composed of a team leader, the 3-member triangle of resuscitators, one for airway and breathing, one for chest compression, and one to connect monitor or use defibrillator or AED. Fourth team member is responsible for intravenous or intraosseous access and to administer all medications. Fifth is recorder, who keeps a record of interventions and their time and gives a feedback to the team leader and members. Communication with family members is very important during ongoing CPR. Any extra team member who is well aware of clinical scenario should brief the family. Other team members may also be recruited as needed. In situations where enough team members are not there, team leader or team members may double up for certain tasks. Elements of effective team dynamics are delegation of clear roles and responsibilities.
Dr. Manish, please provide chest compressions at the rate of 100 to 120 per minute.
The order given by team leader should be clear, specific, loud and in simple language.
Give 0.01 milligram per kg of 1:10,000 adrenaline followed by saline push.
Closed loop communication between the team leader and all team members.
Please open the airway and provide bag and mask ventilation with 100% oxygen.
Sure, Dr. Lokesh.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Airway secure. 1 and 2.
One should be aware of his or her limitations and early assistance should be sought. Mistakes or lapses related to steps of intervention, drug doses, techniques during resuscitation are common. and need to be handled tactfully with constructive interventions, maintaining the professional attitude and mutual respect.
Dr. Lokesh, it is ventricular fibrillation. I think it should be 2 joules per kg.
Oh, thank you for correcting me. Yes, so please prepare the dose with 2 joule per kg, that is 60 joule for this child.
Knowledge sharing helps in minimizing the knowledge gap and ensures the delivery of high quality CPR. Summarization and evaluation helps team members to understand the sequence and plan the next step as well as timely response to victims' changing condition.
How come she is not responding? Are we forgetting something?
Have we taken care of the H's and the T's?
Oh yes, thank you Dr. Kshitij for reminding me.
All the stakeholders should have a debriefing session after the CPR attempt to discuss the actions and its remedial measures, where emphasis should be on why rather than what happened. Debriefing is important to improve the performance of providers and to strengthen the system and logistics.
She was an unresponsive child who had no pulse, had no breathing, and she required cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Initially it was asystole, so we gave adrenaline, and afterwards she developed ventricular fibrillation. For that she required shock. After shock, still she did not respond. So we looked for H and T's, and after correction of glucose and giving again shock, her rhythm came back. So now she has developed organized rhythm. Thank you very much for excellent teamwork. Thank you.